change this a little. Hello. I hope that y'all are well. I'm about to change. Y'all done got on here and finna change this lip a little bit. Because I don't know if I like it as much. I hope that y'all are well. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I have some good news. And I got some not bad news. I got a little bit of news. Yes, you did. What's in my eye, Jesus? Thank you. I hope y'all are well. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me clearly. And let me know where you're watching from. Thank you. Okay, so let me tell y'all the rough news first. So I had an issue with the creator of my PowerPoint for my class tonight. So because of that, I had to reschedule my class to next Wednesday. And I'm going to send that email out as soon as I get off this live this morning. I'm pretty frustrated about that, but it's okay. I know that all things are going to work out. And one thing I know, when things like this happen and there's some form of pushback, that means that there's something else that I have to give. So I'm just going to give some extra when I meet with them on next Wednesday. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'm going to send that information out. So yeah, that's the first thing. I did enjoy my birthday. I had a great birthday. So let me tell you, I had a wonderful birthday. My birthday was Sunday. I turned 41. I had an excellent birthday. My birthday celebrations kind of started a week prior. So I went and got a facial by a really amazing esthetician that I adore. And thank you. I was loved on by my family because we always have like a family tradition of getting together, and for everyone's birthday, me and my siblings and my immediate family were extremely close. So we got together and we did that. My mom baked cake and all that great stuff. My mom took me out. I went out with my amazing friends who threw a brunch for me. And then I spent the night of my birthday actually at this 5-course event, upscale event that was like absolutely superb. And everything was like plant-based. So it was just really fly. So I had a really, really good birthday, and I have a massage scheduled for tomorrow. So yeah, so I've had a really, really great time, a great birthday. Really, really excited. Thank y'all for asking. Where are y'all watching from? Because I want to know. Okay, before I get into today's topic, and today's topic is called Why You're Stuck Isn't What You Actually Think. I know I've done a lot of talking about magnetism, but I'm going to specifically help you in understanding that the reason why things may not be working out for you is because you're violating the laws of magnetism. And I try to explain to women is that if you understand magnetism, you'll understand how you attract. You'll understand why you may be attracting things that you're attracting, and you can actually shift the things that you're actually attracting. So I'm going to really tap into that today. I'm going to talk about who this live is for and who it's not. But the first thing I need you to be really clear on, I need you to think about this in all aspects: your relationships, your life, and business. Okay, you're not stuck. Okay, that's the thing. You're not stuck because you're working, or let me say this, you're not stuck because you're not working hard enough. The problem is a lot of y'all are working too hard. You're actually stuck because you're violating the laws of magnetism. That's what's happening, okay? It's repelling success for you. It's repelling love for you. It's repelling opportunity for you, or the things that you really, really deeply want. And so today I'm going to show you, okay, why, and I'm going to show you how to fix it. All right, so that's what we're going to tap into today. I'm going to talk a little bit about the science of magnetism. Y'all, my eye, that's why I keep looking down, because I feel like something is in it. Sheesh. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about why you're stuck, and I'm going to talk about how you can get out of that. Okay, so I'm really, really excited to talk about that. For those who do not know who I am, my name is Elle Antoinette, and I'm a feminine leadership strategist. And what I do is that I help ambitious women embody feminine leadership to achieve emotional mastery, sustainable success, and magnetic influence. Okay, so this is why I talk about magnetism a whole lot. So the first thing I want you to do is share this with an amazing woman. But before you get to sharing, okay, let me tell you who I'm looking for. Let me tell you who this is for. But first, let me send this out real quick, because I said I was going to send this out myself. So let me send this out to a couple of amazing women so they can get access to this information. All right. Hi. All right. So let me let you know who this live is for and who this live is not for so we can have some clarity, okay? And even if it's not for you, then that's totally fine. I have no issue. This live is for ambitious women who are already successful but feel stuck. This live is for women who are emotionally aware but women who value growth. This live is for women who have invested in themselves before in some form or fashion, whether you bought courses or you've come into programs and different things like that. This is for high performers who want to work smarter and not harder. This is for women who are ready to take aligned action. Let me tell you who this is not for. Okay? This is not for women who are looking for a quick fix. I told y'all in 2023 there was going to be a great divide happening amongst women where women were going to be in a state of mastery or the state of mediocrity. I hate to be the bearer of bad news for a lot of people, but for a lot of people that portal has closed for them because you did not do the things that you need to do. So this is not going to be a quick fix. This is also not for people who blame external factors on why they can't get things done. I can't do this because I don't have this, or I can't do that. You still live in a state of lack. And the fact that you live in a state of lack says that if you see lack in one area, I'm sorry, I'm looking for my microphone. If you see lack in one area, you see lack in all areas. You can't see the abundance in your life, and I'm not here to convince you about it either. My recommendation for you would be to understand your birthright according to John 10:10, which says that the enemy has come to steal, kill, and destroy, but the Messiah has come to give you life and give you life abundantly. My strong recommendation for you would be for you to choose the abundant life and not become your own enemy by stealing your own joy, killing your own confidence by listening to societal rules and expectations until you get to the point to where you self-destruct. Don't become your own enemy. And the way you become your own enemy is by not knowing who you are and not knowing yourself. And a lot of women don't know their identity and they don't know themselves. So they blame everything on everybody when they don't realize that there's a very fine line between being a victim and a volunteer. And a lot of you are volunteering for victim experiences that make you a victim. It's not that you actually are a victim. Okay? All right, I think I found my mic. So yeah, this is not for low level, or let's just say this low investment mindsets. If you have an issue with investing, then you're not going to want to really be here because this is not really going to support you and help you, to be honest. It's not. It's not for you. This is not for women who are unmotivated and complacent with their lives. This live is not going to be for you. And this is also not for people who are in a state of the beginning process of their growth, personal growth, or alignment. This is for women who have done some work and who are ready to elevate more in doing that work. What has been my results from women coming to work with me and doing this work? My clients have gone from 5 figures to 6 figures, from 6 figures to multi 6 figures. My clients have attracted the type of clients that they've desired. My clients have attracted the type of partners that they have desired. My clients have attracted the type of men that they desire. My clients have built true wealth in the 5 pillar areas. Number one, financial resources have expanded. Number two, emotional fulfillment. Number three, my clients have gotten time freedom. Number four, my clients attract healthier relationships because they understand that healthy relationships build wealth, while toxic relationships are bad for your health. Okay. And then my clients also are in the space of purpose and growth. So when we're talking about building generational wealth, you need to ask yourself, are you pouring into these 5 buckets? Because that's what it looks like. Generational wealth looks like you having the financial resources so that your lineage can continue. But if you have just the financial resources and you don't teach your children and your lineage about emotional fulfillment, they'll be chasing a bag and not understanding that money does not fulfill you emotionally. There has to be levels of emotional fulfillment. If it is not modeled for your children to be autonomous when it comes down to their time, hey, my love, then you position them to always work for someone else and to be in a system which was set up basically as a safe slavery pipeline. If you don't position your children by showing them and teaching them what healthy relationships look like, I don't care how much money you leave them, okay? They're going to blow that bag because they don't know how to do relationships. So we have to start looking at all of those areas: purpose and growth, healthy relationships, time freedom, emotional fulfillment, and financial resources when we are speaking about building generational wealth. Okay? So With this live, like I said, we're going to be talking about why you're stuck isn't really what you think it is. The reason that you think that you're stuck, that ain't really even the reason, because you're not stuck because you're not working hard enough. And a lot of people think that, because I know society has lied to us and said, you need to work hard to do this, to do that. It's not that you're not working hard enough. You're working too hard. A lot of y'all are working too hard in your relationships. A lot of you are working too hard in your friendships. A lot of you are working too hard at your 9 to 5s in these corporate situations that y'all have. Y'all done got the degrees, you're making money, you're working too hard in those elements. You're working too hard to keep up an image that's not real, and it's really time for you to stop. Working hard is not working for you. Okay? And the reason why it's not working for you, because you are in the law. You are in violation of the law of magnetism. Understanding the science of yourself is extremely important as a woman. So let me go ahead and let you know, show you why and what's happening. And then let me go ahead and let you know how you can go ahead and fix this. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's first get into the science of magnetism. So anything that you get from me is going to come from scripture, science, and psychology. And this is another thing too. Y'all share this with an amazing woman who is, she may have made some money. She's seen some success, but it's not really consistent. Or, she finds herself being everyone's person and having the solutions for everybody else, but she seems to not really get supported herself, or she's not as vulnerable about the things that she needs. Share this live with her so that she can stop repelling what she really wants. Because I'm going to tell you something, as the oldest daughter, let's get into it. I'm the oldest daughter of 3, right? There is so much funny content on how the first daughter, or the oldest daughter is like the man of the house, or XYZ. She's the one that does this, and she does this, and she does that. Women like myself who grew up as the oldest daughter, there's an internal pressure that you feel. Number one, there's a way that you see your siblings. It's like you always see your siblings as very little. So you always want to be able to support them. You always want to be able to help them. You always want to be able to be an example for them. So there's that pressure with that. And then there's the pressure of not feeling like you're good enough and feeling all these different things. And it's very stressful when it comes down to that. So you're having all these identity crises when you are the oldest daughter a lot of times. Thank you, my love. And what you really crave is support. What you really crave is order. What you really crave is companionship. But it's so hard to let your guard down for a lot of these type of women to open yourself up to receive these things. Okay. And so what ends up happening is women become extremely successful. They get a lot of money. They start doing really well. They start these businesses. They do all these things, but they are crumbling behind closed doors. They are riddled with anxiety. They are exhausted. They are stressed. They are all over the place, and they become repellents to what they really want. These women want love. These women want, to be able to make more money. They want time freedom. These women actually want wealth. They want what they give to everyone else. The way they pour into everyone else, they want to be poured into the same way themselves. But they don't realize that the things that they are doing is actually making them a repellent to the things that they really, 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 really want. And so if you want to stop being a repellent to the things that you want, then really start paying attention and understanding the science of magnetism and what that looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and break that down for you. So again, everything I give you, I ate some fruit and I feel like it's in my tooth. Sorry. It's going on from scripture, science, and psychology. And so let's go ahead and set the stage, and let me let you know about magnetism. All right. And this is understanding the science of yourself as a woman. Let me tell you something. If you understand if you understand the science of yourself as a woman, you will begin to understand the science of everything else around you. You will understand the science of your feminine design. You will understand the science of the masculine design. You will understand the science of every single thing that is systematically set up around you. This is how you don't get snaked by society. This is how you don't get snaked by narcissistic spirits. This is how you position yourself to not get played, because you're always paying attention. And that is the biggest thing that I notice with women that they struggle with. Women don't pay attention. Women don't listen, but yet you are consistently asking for instructions, a self-help book, or whatever. You have got to start implementing. It's time out for y'all not implementing things. The new book that I released on Amazon, Retiring Your Cape, it is literally an implementation guide. There is no way that you should not get that book, whether you get it on Kindle or you get the paperback, and you not see change happen in your life if you implement these things. It's the season of implementation. Okay. Things need to be activated in 2025 because there are things around you that are going to be activated in 2025. And if you're not activated, you're going to miss your beat. You're going to miss your beat. Do y'all not see what's happening in the crumbling of the world of what people thought were celebrity worlds? All that stuff is crumbling. It's crumbling, and you know who rising up? The people that are rising up and that are going to be in the new space of that are the people who are truly out here helping people heal, the people who are really getting massive results, changing people's lives in a transformational way. The future belongs to the observers, the creatives, and the innovators. And you better get in line somewhere or you're going to miss your beat. Y'all going to miss your beat. Don't keep yourself sitting in one space because you're scared to move up. It's time for you to do the work and understand your magnetism. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. Magnetism is not just a concept, first and foremost. Thank you, my love, for these gifts, these likes. I absolutely appreciate them. Magnetism is not just a concept. It literally is science. And the branch of science that it falls under is physics. Okay. To attract anything, and I do mean anything, if it's wealth, if it's love, if it's success, your beliefs, your energy, and your actions must align. There is a science to manifesting things. There is a art to manifesting things. What you see on social media is a lot of aesthetics, the art. They will tell you, write it down 3, 6, 9 times, say it in the mirror, do this and do that. But what they don't tell you is the science. They don't teach you the science behind manifestation. And so when you do these artsy things and none of these things actually sustain or really work for you, you feel that these things don't work, but it's really that you lack understanding. And it tells you in Proverbs, of all things, get an understanding. If you're going to create things and you're going to do things, you have to understand them, even when it comes down to doing things for yourself. You have to understand the science of yourself. You have to understand the science of your magnetism. And I'm going to explain it. This is how magnetism works. Okay. Number one, there's polarity. Polarity is when you are in a space, okay? This means misaligned energies repel instead of attract. This is you taking two sides of the same battery and trying to put them together and expecting them to work. That is not going to work. This is why you can't have feminine energy in a relationship without having somebody operating from the space of masculine energy. In a relationship, there's normally two positions. There is doer and there is the one who is being. And when depending on the relationship, those roles are going to shift. In a lot of my relationships with my community of women, I am in the doing seat because naturally, by nature, we as women understand that we all have a part to play. So when we come into community, most women in the relationship in community, you have a doer role. My personal preference when I am in a relationship that is romantic or something like that, in that form of fashion, I prefer to be in the being role and to allow the masculine to be in the doing role. Okay, so you have to understand polarity. There is a north pole, there is a south pole, there is light, there is dark, there is good, there is evil. So you have to understand that there is, number one, when it comes down to magnetism, is polarity. The second thing that's very important is that you need to understand that alignment is very, very key. You said my mic is disconnected? Put a 1 in the comments if y'all can hear me clearly. Because my light's still on, so it lets me know that it's on. It's fuzzy? Ah. Let's change positioning. Oh, okay, so everybody can hear me. Wait, y'all. It might be y'all. You can hear me? Okay. You can hear me, but the mic did go out. Okay. I see that the light is on. Let me see if I'm gonna switch it out with this other mic. Hold tight. I can hear you. Oh, you can hear my fan. That's what it is. Haha. Let's see if I want to move that a little further back. And I think I might. Hold tight. Let's position you here, back this way. And let's try this on for size. Is that a little bit better? Girl, okay? Okay, perfection. All right. So we're talking about how magnetism works when it comes down to you. So when we're talking about polarity, we talked about how north and south and, light and dark and good and evil and all of those things, and how, in that space of duality and understanding that. So the second thing you have to understand is after polarity is alignment, okay? So a magnet only works when polarities or the poles are in sync, okay? So what it means by that, masculine can only be attracted to feminine. Masculine can only be attracted to feminine, and feminine is, masculine is going to draw in feminine, and feminine is going to draw in masculine. And so what you have to understand is, if you are a woman and a lot of the people that you attract into your space are needy, they want things from you, they always are counting on you, you are always the problem solver, they always come to you, 9 times out of 10 you're in the aspects of the masculine polarity. Okay, you're in the aspect of the masculine polarity because the attraction that people are coming to you, present yourself in a way that I'm handling business, I'm standing on business, I'm taking care of things, I'm executing, I'm a boss, I'm this. All of these things attract the energetics of femininity. Okay, and I'm reading someone's comment said, I'm very masculine, I raised to take control. My hubby was raised to lead, things get tricky, had to learn to readjust my energy. Yes, I was raised to achieve as well, and I had to readjust my energy. I had to reshift into my authentic design, because a lot of and we have to assess the way that we were reared as children, and especially as little girls. Whatever was priority to your parent, the child became victim to that priority. So for example, if you grew up with a parent who grew up in poverty, that particular parent may push on you, the biggest thing that you need to focus on is achievement, right? So all you focus on is accomplishing things and being in a space of operating in the masculine. But that does not tier over well or pan over well when you get into romantic relationships, because of that energy that exudes from you, because what's in you is going to come out of you. And like it tells you in scripture, out of the mouth the heart speaks. So what's in you is really going to come out of you. You can't mask it, which is why when women try to use feminine wiles or femininity tactics that you get from women on these apps, and they don't work for you, is because the energy isn't aligned. That's not truly who you are. You're not really in that space. You're not really a feminine woman, to be honest with you. And because of that, you are standing in the gap as a shapeshifter, and you're being recognized. This is how people snake you. This is how you attract narcissistic people. This is how you attract energy vampires, because you are parading yourself around as the hero, the savior. And as much as you say, I don't want to be strong, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be that, the reality is that is what you're portraying, because that's what's in you. And until you do a reset of that programming, that's what's going to be in you. Femininity is not on you, baby. It's in you. And if it's not oozing from you, you're disconnected from it. And that's really the issue at hand. Okay? And when you understand, like I said, polarity, and when you understand alignment, you can start magnetizing things into your reality. When we're talking about alignment, like I said, a magnet can only work when the poles are in sync. So misaligned beliefs and actions create resistance. So when you continue to deal with a person who you know is someone that you should not be dealing with, but you continue to deal with this person, and then you will say things like, I don't know why I keep dealing with them, I don't know why I keep doing this is really not what I want to do. There is a conflict between the belief and the actions, which means what's in the center of that? What's in the center of the mindset and the willpower? The heart. So there is a disconnect between mind, heart set, and willpower, which is why you are taking certain actions, because you're allowing something else to lead. And a lot of times women will allow their fickle feelings to lead their lives. You will allow your fickle feelings to lead you into a marriage. You will allow the fact that you feel like you love somebody is enough for you to be in relationship with them and to actually marry them. When a lot of times you're really not even in love because you don't really understand the concept of love yourself. What you have an understanding of is lust in your feelings. And because you don't understand that feelings are fickle and they shift, you let them lead your reality. You let them lead your reality. This is why you don't magnetize a healthy relationship with yourself, because you keep participating in toxic relationships and toxic type of behaviors. So you're not attractive to health. See, toxic by definition means poison. See, be careful what you call yourself. It literally tells you in scripture that there's power of life and death in the tongue. You are calling yourself toxic. Toxic means slow poison. Good health is not attracted. Health is not attracted to poison, baby. You can't consume poison and expect to have good health. That is in your body, and that is also in relationships. You can't expect to consume poison via the media, via the music you listen to, via the podcast, via the content creators that you watch, and think that you're going to exude the energy of such attraction and magnetism that a healthy relationship would just love to see you coming. A healthy relationship actually hates to see you coming when you identify yourself, because you don't align. And see, this goes back to the scripture. How can two walk together if they don't agree? There has to be some form of agreement. And in order for it to agree, there has to be some form of alignment. So there is no such thing as you met this person and they tricked you into thinking that they were somebody else. You were in alignment with that. You were in alignment with that. You came into agreement with that. And that's a hard reality that a lot of people don't want to take advantage of, or they don't want to, no, that's not the right word. They don't want to take accountability for. But that is what it is. The third thing that you need to understand about magnetism and how magnetism works with polarity, with alignment, is field strength. Okay? Magnetism operates polarity, alignment, field strength. What is field strength? Field strength is focused energy, okay? Understand what I'm saying. Focused energy creates stronger attraction, and scattered energy weakens it. Focused energy creates stronger attraction. Scattered energy weakens it, okay? So when it comes down to your field strength, and when you're thinking about what it is that you are focused on, if you are focused on the negative aspects of your life, that is going to become the most attractive element of your life. If you focus on how you lack, you will continue to position yourself to attract lack. The book I would recommend is the book that I wrote that's in my bio. It's called Retiring the Cape. You can click the link in the bio and get access to it. It is on Amazon. You can get it in Kindle form or you can get it in print form. I put it in there. Okay? So when we're talking about whatever it is that you're focused on, if you're focused on, thank you, my love, if you're focused on the things that are above, it tells you to focus on that in scripture. It tells you in Colossians 3:2 to set your mind on things that are on above. What are those things? Things that are pure, things that are noble, things that are of higher thinking. These things keep you in a state of high vibrational states. Because if you're in a high vibrational state, then you can create an excellent, an efficient, and an effective reality for yourself. With you, where you gain your heart's desires, because that's what it tells you in scripture. It tells you that the Most High wants to give you the desires of your heart. The key thing is that you can only create that type of reality from a high vibrational state, which is why the Most High tells us about the spiritual fruits. Those spiritual fruits are high emotional vibrational states. They're very important. You can create amazing things in love, in peace, in joy, in gladness. You know what I'm saying? You can create things from this state, but when you are operating from the lower state of that vibrational scale, such as anger, such as fear, such as apathy, such as guilt, all you can do is self-destruct. So what you need to see in the cheat code of John 10:10 is this, is that if you have two choices in this life, you can either choose to see life from an abundant space or you can choose to see life from a lack space. And if you continue to see life from a lack space, it is going to slowly position you for self-destruction, because you will become your own enemy, because you will hate your life. And the reason why you hate your life is because you don't believe that you have the power to create a new reality for yourself. And you're not getting there because you won't set your mind on things that are above. See, before I built a 6-figure plus business from the ground up without hustling and doing all of this extra stuff, I would write down when I had $0 in the bank. You understand what I'm telling you? I would write down, you're a 6-figure entrepreneur, da 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 da. And I think my title at the time was self-care strategist, right? What are you gonna do? What would you do today if you had $100,000 in the bank, right? I wrote down what I would do. I would go work out. I would go do this. And it was just like a bunch of stuff. There was business, but there was a lot of things around myself and centering myself. And so I started embodying that. And I started doing that. And as I started doing that, I was thinking on a higher level. And because I was on a higher vibrational state, guess what money locks into? And I've told you guys this. Money will spend the night with you. See, money spend the night with a lot of y'all, but don't stay with y'all. But money will not commit to you because you lack the following. You lack a high vibrational state, you lack alignment, and you lack value. Money locks into relationships like that. That's what money is committed to. Money is not fleeting. Money is not committed to you worshiping it. Money is not committing to you holding it. Money will snatch itself from your hand for doing the following things: worshiping it or trying to hoard it and hold it. It doesn't work like that. It's an energy exchange. Y'all be talking about vibes, but y'all don't really understand vibes. Or I'm just for the vibes. You don't understand the vibe of money, because the vibe of money is on the same frequency of self-love. And you don't love yourself. That's why you get no money. That's why you get no money. You love money, but you don't love yourself, and money is not attracted to you. Y'all see what people, you ever love somebody so much, love them so much, they repelled by your love, didn't you? They didn't give you none of the love that you were trying to give them back, did they? Because you were trying to prove so hard how much you love them that you were basically worshiping them. Y'all do the same thing with money, which is why it tells you the love of money is the root of all evil, because money ain't never asked for your love. Money never sought your love. Money responds to the fact that you love yourself. And it tells you in scripture that you are to love yourself as you are to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And money is a neighbor, baby. That ain't even asking for no love. Ain't even asking for your worship. Just asking for you to love yourself so that I would even look your way. Money does not look your way because you're not in a high vibrational state. You lack alignment, and you don't know how to articulate your value. You don't know your value. So you are repellent to money. Just like you are repellent to the healthy relationships and men that you want. You're repellent for that. You know why? Because you don't understand your value. You don't understand your value. Therefore, you don't know your identity, so people tell you what to do, which is why you become a shapeshifter. You will do whatever this man tells you to do. Shift your entire core, become a shapeshifter, and then try to understand why this person don't want you no more. Don't nobody want nobody that would allow them to come in and make them their God enough to where you would allow me to try to make you over. How dare you allow someone who was not a part of your creation process come into your core and put you in a position to where you change and alter the core of who you are? That is ridiculous. But that's what happens when you don't understand your identity and you don't really know yourself. These are the things that you do. You repel the very things that you desire. You're repellent to love because you're so needy of it. You're so needy of it. And it's such a lack to you in your mind that you are lacking love. Hey, my love. Kendra, check your Instagram messages for me. DM for me. You're in such a lack of love in your mind that you don't recognize the love that you have around you. Excuse me. Because you can't see past the fact that you don't have a man. Like, make it make sense. You are ruining yourself by chasing things that don't really even align with you. Like, that's what's happening. Okay? So again, understanding magnetism. All right? How magnetism works? There's polarity, there's alignment, and there's field strength. And I went through all of those. And you need to understand those to understand the science of yourself. I want you to think about your energy like it's a magnet. Okay? It tells you in scripture, so a man thinking in his heart, so is he. What is the depths of your heart? Your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind. That's your programming. Okay? I want you to think about your energy like a magnet. If it's aligned and if it's focused, it effortlessly pulls what it desires. So if you focus on the stress of things, what you call into your space is more of the stress of things. And this is why the Most High tells you to guard your gates. Y'all want to watch the news all day long and be wondering why y'all losing y'all mind. Crazy work. How? How? And y'all know doggone well that the news don't be telling the truth a lot of the time. Let me tell you how bad the news don't be telling the truth. Let me tell you a story real quick. I'm going to do a quick sidebar. I used to work in Child Protective Services. And there was a particular case that I got. And this particular case had a young lady who had alleged that her mother was putting her out so that she could use her body to make money, right? That's what she was telling us, right? The story got so big that it ended up being on the news, right? And they plastered this mother's face all over the news, saying that she was a horrible, I'm talking about people judging, people going in, I investigated that case, and I had found out that that young lady was lying. That young lady, that scenario was not like that. That young lady was running away and doing these things. Do you think the news went back and retracted that statement and took down her picture and said that she wasn't the criminal that they accused her of being? Do you think they did that? No, they didn't. They let everybody in the city think that she was pimping her child out. So y'all want to sit here and take in the news as if it's a reality when it's literally entertainment. The goal is to tell you a vision. That's why you have a television. See, the goal is to guide you, which is why you touch the guide button. It tells you the channels. The goal is to channel certain information to you through syndicated programming. See, what you're not understanding and what you're not grasping is that when you allow any and everything into your gates, it disrupts your thinking pattern. It disrupts the vibration within your body. Because next thing you know, you was just having a peaceful moment. And then all of a sudden, now the body is in disarray because you believe something that wasn't even the truth. Ooh, Kendra, I am so sorry to read that. That's what I'm saying. You're taking in this information as if it's truth. And then you're focusing on it and you're calling more of that type of energy into your life experience. See, God don't be lying to us. Now, don't get it twisted. It may be a lot of twisted things and twisted traditions and different things that came from people who have, used the scripture and manipulated for their own thing. But it really is a code. And it really gives you the game on how to maneuver in this life. It really teaches you and lets you know what's out here. And it teaches you how to have dominion. But in order to have true dominion, which is to have your own piece of the pie, to have your own slice, you got to get dominion over yourself. You got to become dominant over your thoughts. You can't be out here overthinking, overanalyzing, worrying yourself into oblivion, because that is what society wants. Because the more you are susceptible to these things, the more susceptible you are to illness. And illness makes you stagnant. And when you become stagnant, you miss the mark. And to miss the mark is to sin. See, the whole game plan of the enemy, y'all be thinking the whole game plan is to, so this person could just join me in hell and all this. It's not even that. The whole game plan is to get you off course so that you miss the mark. Missing the mark is sin. To miss the mark is to not be on assignment. To be on this earth means you have an assignment. And getting in alignment with that assignment is how you're going to get fulfilled, which is why you see people make money and still not happy. They don't have wealth. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. Because generational wealth consists of, again, the following. Yes, financial resources, but emotional fulfillment, time freedom, healthy relationships, and purpose and growth. If you missing any elements of those, you're not building generational wealth because you're not setting up your generation for what they need next. They need those 5 pillars to be hitting. They do. And some of y'all are not willing to do the work to build a healthy relationship with yourself. And when I'm talking about healthy relationships, I'm not just speaking about you being in romantic relationships. I'm talking about healthy friendships. Because a lot of people try to act as if they don't know why their children behave the way they do when your children been watching you all day life. Your children are your mirrors and your teachers. They are your mirror and they are your teachers. They show you you. They show you there's always work to be done. And even if you don't have any children, you know what else shows you that there's always work to be done? The mirror. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who has to look in the mirror at yourself. And are you fulfilled? And are you excited to see you? Are you magnetized by you? If you are not magnetized by you, there is nothing and no one else or no other experience that is going to be magnetized by you. You're not impressed with yourself. Yet you are having these expectations for people to come in and impress you. You won't take the time and impress yourself by achieving your own goals, by doing your own thing, by doing what you said you were going to do. This is why you can't magnetize the things that you desire to yourself. We are natural magnets. We are natural magnets. If you don't like what you're magnetizing, it's you. So if your energy is scattered or misaligned, it's going to continue to repel or struggle to attract anything meaningful in your life because you don't understand magnetism. So this is why you're stuck. This is the biggest thing of why you're stuck right here. Misaligned action. You are unknowingly violating the science of magnetism in the following ways. You are forcing instead of flowing. You are forcing people to accept you. You are forcing people to be with you. You are forcing people to hear you out. You are force, and we are repelled by you. We are disgusted by you. One of the best things you can learn how to do as a woman is learn how to shut the up. See, when you know how to shut the up, you realize that people, experiences, and things expose themselves. You don't have to do nothing. Y'all be in too much of a rush. Y'all talk too much. For y'all to need so much instruction on what to do as a woman, you talk so much and listen so little. Oh, ye of little faith, sitting in church every Sunday screaming out to God. It's your fault. Your life is looking the way it's looking. That's on you. You are magnetizing that reality. The Most High told you what the T was, baby. God is not mocked. Whatever a man sows, ye shall reap. You sow no value, you get no value. You sow toxicity, you get a pool, a cesspool. Yes, dating for you is pissing the dating pool because you're standing in a cesspool that you created. Now put your clown nose on and rescue yourself out of that. You are magnetizing these things into your life experience. Because you have scattered focus. You are focusing on the negative aspects of your life. You are drawing these things closer and closer and closer to you. The devil in your house because you opened the damn door. That's why he in there. Because you opened the door. Because let me tell you something about the enemy that y'all love to blame so much. The enemy don't beat down your door just like the Most High don't beat down your door. You have to welcome them in. Even for those who practice witchcraft, you have to invite a warlock or a witch into your environment, into your space. You invite them in. They don't snake you. They snake you because you cover your eyes. That is why you get snaked. They snake you because you don't know yourself. That is how they snake you, because they know you can't see. Nobody is playing you without your permission, your participation, or the fact you simply are not paying attention. You need to get in line. You are given a God-given intuition. No excuses, beloved. No excuses. So let's get into the space of this forcing and flowing. This is what's happening, and this is what you're doing. You're chasing. You're overworking. You're trying to control the outcomes. Y'all so controlling. Oh, show me a woman who's controlling. I'll show you a woman who has no control of herself. Show me a woman who tries to control everything from her children, her man, her outer experiences, and I will show you a woman who lacks control of herself. Because a woman who has the gift And the spiritual fruit of self-control understands that she can control nothing but herself. And because she has that understanding, she can always win. She can always win because she has control of herself. And that's what a lot of y'all are lacking. So because you are chasing, because you are overworking, because you are trying to control outcomes, you create resistance. You create resistance. Okay? This is how it impacts your life. You push for love or relationships that that lead to you being burnt out, or you attract unavailable people, which in reality they're not unavailable, they're just unavailable to you. See, the to you is silent. See, y'all be missing that. I'm not ready for a relationship with you. I don't have any money for you, because we have money for what we want. Oh, I don't really do that for you. See, you missed that. You missed that. You will constantly hustle for clients. You will put yourself in positions to overwork and repel them with DM strategies and all this crazy stuff. Instead of attracting them, you are literally exhausting yourself by creating these type of blocks in your life. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You are over managing family dynamics. Baby, you the family manager. I'm talking to you, oldest daughter. Everything ain't right. Your mom ain't doing nothing right. Your dad ain't doing nothing right. You need to come in and organize everything because everything ain't right unless you do it. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Miss Overmanage the family dynamics. You. Okay? This leaves you emotionally drained, and then you want to blame everybody in your family for not supporting you, for being the strong one. Nobody told you to be Terry from Soul Food. Let's break down. I love breaking down the dynamic of soul food because y'all love this good black classic, but it really is a great depiction of black trauma over and over and over again. Let me put you on game because Terry was what? The oldest daughter. Terry had to deal with a bunch of drama from the beginning, meaning that, let's start from here. Terry had a cute little boyfriend. And I don't know how her mama allowed it to where her sister was able to be with her boyfriend and end up marrying her boyfriend. But that's a whole nother conversation that speaks about the dynamics of that family. And then Terry still not feeling good enough because she didn't get married to the dude. Her sister took the dude. So she married somebody else. So she put all of her achievements into her career. She became the person who was taking care of the entire family. She was basically tricking on the family, trying to get approval, trying to get them to clap for her, to even see her. She was tricking so hard on her husband. And baby, she was losing everybody. The whole family couldn't stand her. She was bailing folks out of jail. Nobody was appreciating her. She was tricking on her husband, and he ended up laying up with her cousin. So help me understand. How is it serving you to be overly managing the family dynamics? Because that's what Terry was doing. Terry couldn't do nothing right. Terry couldn't get nothing for herself either, though she had everything. Right? See, a lot of y'all the Terry in y'all families. You let your you let your role as your mental role as the martyr and the manager of the family put you in a position to where you make monstrosities of a mess of your own life. Crazy work. Crazy work. And you be the one at the end with the short end of the stick. When I even look at Soul Food at the end, Terry was the only one barely smiling. Everybody else happy. Bird with her boo. You know what I'm saying? Her sister and her husband, they over there. These guys seem like they got the marriage of the century. Everybody just doing their thing, baby. And then there's just Terry and Miles standing over there. Not happy, not smiling, none of that stuff going on. She got the short end of the stick. But that's what happens when you want to put yourself in this position to overly manage family dynamics and be the martyr of the family, and I'm the cycle breaker. See, y'all gotta stop letting people trick y'all into these titles that make you feel like you have to do all these things. Seriously. You have to be careful what you label yourself as. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. It gets tricky. It gets dangerous. It gets very sticky for you. Okay? So, another aspect of this that we have to look at, okay? How do you fix this? You need to shift into a space of trust and flow. Taking inspired actions that feel aligned instead of forcing results. This is why, like, no, I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not even going to get on that. But you really need to assess what you feel in moments so that you know what your next step needs to be. Because some of y'all are trying to force things and do things, and you are hurting your own feelings. The second issue and how this may show up in your life, this misaligned action, is that you have an energy mismatch going on. So the energy mismatch looks like this right here. Your internal energy does not align with your goals. You want abundance, but you operate from a space of fear. Okay? When I'll use this as an example when it comes down to money. There are a lot of women who work in the corporate sector who have made money, who've gotten very comfortable making money, getting their 2-week check, doing this and doing that because they've been doing that for a period of years. But there is some form of lack of fulfillment within self. And it's like, dang, I know I'm supposed to be doing more. Dang, I know this is not just my reality. Dang, I know this, I'm here really to be doing more things. There's a contradiction actually happening on the inside of self between your energy and what it is that you want, and fear is the block there. So what ends up happening is that, like, you desire financial freedom, you desire to be free to create money in the way that you want to create it, but deep down you really don't feel worthy of that. Deep down you don't think nobody gonna pay you that. This is why a lot of people will transition from the 9-to-5 ideal situation or whatever and go straight into the business situation, and you have the worker bee mentality. Okay, y'all don't understand the spell, and I'm with this one right here. I'm gonna talk to us. With this right here. You don't understand the spell that they have put you under to make you think that you are less than, all while stealing your sources, stealing your power, using your blood for years on years on years to heal people. They understand the power and the value of who you are. The problem is you don't understand the value and the power of who you are, which is why they continue to get over on us, which is why we are excellent at creativity, but we are terrible when it comes down to business, because they understand that we don't know the business. And the reason why you don't know the business is because you don't know the business of yourself. You don't know the business of yourself. How do I know the business of myself? Number one, understand Proverbs 8:12, that you have creative and witty inventions in your very being. Nobody should be able to pimp you. You should not have to pimp yourself, because you have creative and witty inventions from your very being that literally will make you dollars. But you can't thrive in that energy and reside in the energy of fear, because the money don't reside where the fear at. The money does not reside where the fear is. That's never it. Money don't like scary people at all. And you really have to begin to understand that people are going to pay you, thank you, my love, what you feel that you are worth. If you don't feel that you're worth that, they're not going to pay you. This is exactly what happened to me when I started in the makeup game 10 years ago. I came out like, oh, I'm charging $25 a face, until I had to do 10 faces and my back was hurt, my arms were hurt, my upper back, everything was just hurting on me. And I realized that I couldn't even take this and go get several chiropractor appointments. I did not understand my value, and I was selling myself for cheap. And that is what the corporate experience teaches you, how to sell yourself for cheap, how to sell your soul for cheap is what they teach you. Because what they are doing is taxing on your soul so that you can meet their goals. And if you don't understand the soul contract that you sign, you need to understand that your soul is comprised of the following: your mindset, your heart set, and your willpower. And when you sign a contract, you are signing a contract to allow them to tax on your soul to meet their goals. So it's not their responsibility to serve you a silver platter, a pin, a bonus after 30 years of you being there, because you signed a soul contract committing to come into agreement to sell your soul, to let them tax on it. That was the agreement. And then you did it for cheap because you didn't understand there was a lot of more money in the back, because they don't teach you that you need to negotiate. And the way you negotiate is by having the confidence to articulate what it is that you actually value, that you have that's of value. That is how the money locks in. I told you, money gets into relationship with people, into corporations, into higher level things, because there's a high vibration, there is alignment, and then there is value present. All of those things have to be present for money to lock in. Now, money may sleep with you for the night, though. It ain't gonna be in a relationship with you, though, until you meet the values that they value. You understand what I'm saying? And you can, and I'm not, and even you can apply that to men as well. For real. Same concept. Okay? This is how this impacts your life, you being in a space of energy mismatch. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these comments and these likes. The first thing that you'll notice is that you'll feel underappreciated in your relationships because your energy radiates insecurity and doubt. And the reason why you radiate insecurity and doubt is because you're probably overgiving. You're overgiving. You're giving in a situation that you're not matched for. And a good example of this is when women try to date men with potential, when they know damn well they need to leave him where he at. When you try to date someone with potential, that means that you're coming in ready to work. You're coming in ready to work, to mold. That's what you're basically saying and committing to. So when you come into those spaces and it's not an energetic match for what you really want, and you try to mold it and try to manipulate that energy, because we manipulate energy. Clapping is manipulating energy. Snapping, anytime you're moving, you're manipulating energy. You're going into that space trying to manipulate energy that you didn't create. This is life force energy that you didn't create, and you're trying to manipulate it to what you want it to be. And even if you manipulate it to what you want it to be, you're going to eventually become repelled by it. Because you don't respect the man that you can run over, do you? Do you? You don't respect the man that you can run over and that don't tell you no. As much as you act like you, I don't know, tell me no. Y'all don't respect them. See, y'all need to tell the truth. You need to tell the truth. You made this person do everything that supposedly you wanted, and now you don't like them, just like that man don't like you because you did the exact same thing. See, y'all pick somebody to play with. You going into scenarios where the energy is not a match, and you're being a manipulator, and you're manipulating from a deceptive state. And let me tell you what deceptive manipulation gets you. It gets you deceived. It gets you deceived because you came in with deceptive intentions, and to deceptively manipulate this individual and this energy into what you think you want it to be for yourself. And then you're shocked when it doesn't work. See, this is why a lot of people that practice witchcraft, that practice witchcraft is first and foremost, and I've explained this before anyway, when you understand magic in general, the term magic by definition means of supernatural source. Of supernatural source, I am of the ultimate supernatural source, which is the Most High. And it tells you in scripture, according to Genesis, that you were created in the likeness and the image of the one who created every single thing. So you yourself are magic. So if you are magic, then why do you need to practice it? You practice it because it's an act and because you need to perform. And if you notice, when you practice in those type of rituals, you have to continuously do them, because you can't just do it one time and then it works. You have to continue to do it over and over again, because it's a performance. Because you're not, that's the real imposter syndrome. You not being in alignment with your own self to activate your own self, which is magic, which is why you have to practice and perform it. And when you practice and perform manipulating energy in a deceptive way, this is why it tells you when they do these things, it comes back to them times 3. See, y'all don't understand energetics. That's one of my specialties, because I'm a bit of a nerd. Everything I give you going to come from scripture, science, and psychology. All these things back it up. All these things back it up. So this is why that energy returns to them 3 times, because number one, you are out of order anyway, because you are the magic. When you are the magic, you don't make nothing come to you. You don't force it. See, y'all out here doing love spells and all this other crazy foolishness and wondering why the energy that is manifested, that you have manipulated, is coming back to you in such a way that is destructive, and it is destroying your life. You know why it's destroying your life? Because it tells you God is not mocked, for whatever man sows ye shall reap. And you sow deceptive manipulation and intention, and that is what you are going to receive, a high level environment of deceptive, manipulative energy. That's why your experience is that. Right there. Because you're in violation of the laws of magnetism. You don't understand. You think you're going to operate in darkness and think that you're not going to receive some? Okay. Okay, beloved. Okay. Save that question for me towards the end, my love. I'm almost done. Okay. So, mismatch energy and trying to manipulate people, but I'm telling you, y'all not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Being with a man who has potential and you know that he's not really what you want, and you choose to go into the space to, I can do this to help him and I can do that, you are being deceptively manipulative and you are practicing witchcraft, because you are not accepting. See, you are not accepting reality. You are not accepting what is in front of you. You are trying to force something. And when you are trying to force something, that is coercion. You are trying to be persuasive to get somebody to do something. The witchcraft is nothing but the ability to change your mind, baby. That's it. You are practicing witchcraft and trying to understand how you attracted a narcissist, who is a warlock. See, you did this. You have to be very careful of the things that you are doing. When you see the energy is not a match, you don't try to manipulate it. You don't try to manipulate it, because you're going to hurt yourself. Okay? So, another way that we're doing this, not just feeling underappreciated in relationships because the energy that you're giving is giving insecurity and doubt. And of course you have insecurity and doubt in a man that has potential, because from the beginning he just had potential. You tried to manipulate that potential, and now you feel insecure about it and you got doubt about it. Why? Because you're not God. You didn't create them, so you didn't have you didn't have no business going in there trying to I'm gonna make you better. You are not Olivia Pope. That was a TV show. You need to wake up. You need to wake up. Y'all pride yourself. He cool and all, but I like a man with a little bit of swag, so I'm gonna help him dress better, baby. You're manipulating the energy. So when he starts dressing better, the energetics and his vibration is gonna raise, which is gonna make him more attractive to other people, which he's gonna start entertaining that because he starts feeling himself. Because now he's in a new vibrational state. That's why they be done with you. See, that's how they siphon your energy, because you willingly give it to them and you help them rise up to a high vibrational state. And in that high vibrational state, they realize, man, I'm in a vibrational state of love. Now, I met her when I was in a low vibration of fear, when I had anxious attachment, but now I'm up here in a vibration of love, and there's a lot more options up here. I can really create some things from love up here. See, when I was in fear, I had to kind of just take what I could get because it was a scary time. And now I'm in a space to where I really can do something different. That's why they leave y'all. Because you was trying to force it. I put all of this into you. Who told you to do that? Did the Most High tell you to do that? Or did your subconscious programming of abandonment and neglect in your childhood tell you to do that? Let's go. Misaligned actions. So we have energy mismatching. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes and these comments. And now we have the aspect of misaligned actions, okay? So misaligned actions looks like when your actions contradict your goals. So let's just say that you say, I'm going to start working out and start taking care of myself and yada, 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 right? But you ain't going to the gym. You ain't eating right. You're not taking any of these steps to do any of these things. You literally want freedom, but you overthink yourself out of creating a new reality. And, it's and it just doesn't happen for you because you put yourself in that space. Your actions contradict your goals. You want freedom, but you overwork. You crave love, but you refuse to trust. All of these things are misalignment. See, a lot of y'all are out here in the space of like, you crave love, but you refuse to trust. Y'all need to stay on the porch. See, some of y'all jumping off the porch a little bit too early. Some of y'all need to sit on the porch and really get some understanding. Of all things, the scripture tells you, get understanding. Get an understanding of yourself and get an understanding of what it is that you want so that you can stop being contradictory in your experiences. Trying to figure out why you're not getting what it is that you want. If you don't trust men, keep it real with the fact that you don't trust men and you need to sit on the porch for a minute until you can develop the understanding to where you can trust them again. Because let me put you on game. When I got divorced, I needed to take a year to repair my view of how I saw men based on that experience that I chose for myself. Notice how I didn't blame him and none of that. Do you notice how I didn't blame him in any of that? Because this is my choices, because I am the queen and life is chess. Whatever move I make is a decision. It is intentional. It is strategic. So I made that move. So I release him from all responsibility of that because that has nothing to do with him. These are my choices. And based on my previous choices, I had to take time. And I had to repair, I had to reassess, and I had to repair my view of men before I would entertain them. Okay? Some of y'all need to sit on the porch. You don't trust men because it ain't that you don't trust men, you don't trust your choices. That's the truth. And you need to sit on the porch with that. And stop trying to be outside. Just because they saying it's hot. You can't handle the heat, baby. Not you. You can't handle the heat. You ain't ready. You need to develop trust with yourself. That is why you don't trust other people. I don't trust people. You don't trust your choices, and you shouldn't trust your choices because you're not in alignment with yourself. So you're choosing based on another perspective. The question is, what is the measuring stick? A man should do this, a man should do that. By what measuring stick? Are we talking about your daddy? Because your daddy ain't your daddy. Your daddy is your daddy, but you don't know your daddy as a husband. You don't know your daddy as a partner. You're talking too much. See, a lot of y'all got this warped perception of men, of masculinity, and what their role is. And a lot of y'all want them to operate like women, and they don't. But because you don't understand yourself, you don't understand that they are not you and we are not them. Which is why you position yourself with these misaligned actions. You want consistent income, but you keep undercharging and undervaluing yourself. Misaligned actions in love. You say you want a deep connection, but you settle for situationships or people who don't invest in you. Said it again. You say you want deep connection, right? You want deep connection, but you settle for situationships and people who don't invest in you. You need to sit. We need to assess some things. In relationships, this is what you do. You overgive to prove your worth. Can I tell y'all something? And I wasn't going to tell this story, but I'm going to tell this story. And I had to call my sister last night because I was like, girl, that's what I be talking about right here. I went to one of my favorite restaurants last night. It's a cultural spot. And the guy who was in there, like one of the owner, he's always very flirtatious with me. He's amazing. He walks me out to my car. He will, I've never given him my number, nothing like that. He walks me out to my car. He knows exactly what my order is. He's always hugging me when he greets me. He's always asking me what I need. He's just very supportive to me and my sister and very protective of us and very loving, right? And I went to go eat last night, and he was talking about his birthday. He was asking me about my birthday, and I was like, oh, it was great, da-da-da. So his birthday is coming up. And I said, well, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm going to hang with my friends. He's of Spanish descent. So he was like, yeah, I'm going to go hang with my friends. We're going to get drunk. We're going to do this. We're going to do that, whatever, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And he was like, and a customer, hear me now, and a customer wants to take me to dinner. The customer is a woman who's flirting with him, right? So she wants to take me to dinner. And I said, oh, okay, well, that's nice. I'm not thinking any of it. And he was like, she's okay. Immediately, he don't like her. In my mind, red flag, red flag. He don't like her. He's like, she's okay. And I'm like, oh, well, she's okay? And he was like, yeah, I really want to hang out for my birthday. She want to take me out Sunday, and Saturday I'm hanging out with my friends. I plan on getting drunk. I plan on doing this. I plan on doing this. I plan on doing that. And he's showing me what he wearing for his birthday on Saturday. I'm talking about he got a cowboy hat, the boots. He got the whole nine. Okay, and I'm asking him. I said, so what are you wearing on Sunday to your date? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was like, I mean, I want to party and stuff. She made this really nice reservation at this really, really nice restaurant. And I mean, it's okay, but I can eat burgers and I can eat tacos and I can do this and I can do that. And I am listening. I am listening to how this woman has taken so much energy in planning a really, really nice, and the place they going is nice, okay? Planning a really, really nice dinner for him for his birthday, saying that she wants to do all of this stuff. And, and he over here talking about him getting drunk with his friends on Saturday, the night before. So what my point is with all of this over giving, and he don't even appreciate it. And you know what he said at the end? I was like, you don't like her. And he was like, she's okay. And he was like, but I'll go, since she did all that. I'll go, though, because she did all that. Sometimes, and this is the thing, he's not even trying to be mean. The reason why he's going on the date is because he don't want to be mean and be like, no, he ain't even trying to use her. Like, that was the energy. He ain't even trying to use her. He more focused on his birthday. But what that showed me was this woman is really going to bat to try to prove how much she likes him by doing all this stuff. And he did not ask her for that. He does not really value that. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to translate that he is not going to really appreciate that. And that is where women be effing up right there. You do things for people that did not ask you to do these things. And then you want the nerve to tell them they being ungrateful. When you are the leader in that experience, nobody asked you for that. And because this person doesn't want to hurt your feelings by being like, no, because he really is a genuinely really nice guy. But what women don't understand about men is that men don't appreciate things that they don't value, they don't work for, they don't invest in themselves. If he don't see the value of going to a 5-star restaurant like that, then why are you doing that? And see, women will do that because that's what you want somebody to do for you. And that's what I'm talking about with misaligned energy and witchcraft and trickery. You did that because you want to prove that I can do this and maybe you'll turn around and do it for me. And when they don't do it because you're trying to control the outcome, ding, 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 then you want to be mad. This is how you repel what you actually want. That woman wants connection. She wants someone who's going to enjoy that experience. She wants someone who's going to value and appreciate that. And that is not the person. She's trying to force that person to be that. And that is what a lot of y'all are doing. Y'all are not accepting people for who they are. Your actions are misaligned. You are overproving yourself and you are becoming resentful. See, that's why y'all bitter. That's why y'all resentful. That's why y'all mad, because you overgive. You have no business doing that. No business doing that. You do it to yourself. I ain't blaming men. See, and I didn't have my time with them before I knew who I was. And even still, when I assess those relationships, I cannot blame them because people only do what you allow. And women allow a lot and lie a lot about what they really want. Period. You need to be auditing your actions. Does this align with the energy I want for my life? Does this align with the energy of my life that I want to create? Do I want to force people to be in my space where I got to pay them? I got to trick on them to be in my face. That's what a lot of y'all doing. Y'all don't want to say that because you don't like yourself. So you got to trick somebody into being with you because you don't like you. You don't like the reflection in the mirror. A woman who will betray herself is a woman who hates her own reflection. You can guarantee that she will betray you. That is what you need to know. You betray yourself, you will betray anyone else. And don't you think you are beneath it, because you are not. So let's get into ignoring the emotional component aspect of things. This is what happens. Y'all like to push the same games men play, women do too, period. See, that's why I don't get caught up in the dynamics. Y'all let them trick y'all with these podcasts. Women, a lot of women are just unaware of the manipulation and the energetic witchcraft and the games that they play. Some of y'all know. See, some people do it intentionally. There are content creators who literally come on here and tell you they know what they doing. They know what they doing when they do that. There are some women who naturally pick these things up from their mothers and the women in their spaces, and now this has become who they are, and they don't even realize they out here practicing witchcraft, practicing witches. You don't even know it. To be with a man who has potential energy is you committing to be a witch, because what you're going to do is have to manipulate his energy to try to transform him into something else. And 9 times out of 10, he's not going to come into agreement with that. So he's going to rebel, which you're going to turn around, and what you thought you were going to get, you about to get that 3 times 3. And it's going to hit you with the flex. Because you were being deceptive in your manipulation. Okay? Is therapy witchcraft? I don't know. Why would therapy be witchcraft? A family member told me this. I don't know about that. Witchcraft to me is nothing, and when you think about it in the basics of it, to simplify it, witchcraft is nothing but the ability to be able to persuade you to change your mind, meaning to get you to shift from your core beliefs. For example, society performs a lot of witchcraft tricks, right? The Most High tells you that you're beautifully and wonderfully made. So this means that you're beautifully and wonderfully made. That means that there's an intricacy, there's a uniqueness, there is an amazingness about who you are. Society will tell you you're not beautiful unless you look like, unless you do, right? That's what that tells you. So again, for society, you have to perform to be accepted, which is witchcraft. So if you allow them to get in your head to make you believe that you are ugly, you put yourself under the spell of believing that you are ugly. So guess what? You are ugly to yourself. You become ugly to people that you attract, because that is the vibrational state that you sit on. You believe that you are ugly. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's really that clear. It's really, really, really that simple. But back to ignoring the emotional component. Thank you. A lot of women will repress their emotions, right? And I used to be a really big emotional repressor. And it was a trauma response, and it also made me, though I'm very warm, it also made me very stoic. It's very hard to see me shaken up by something. Somebody can say something. That's why when people come into live and they start saying something, you don't really see me get emotional or get shaken and stirred. You see me spit, correct, and eject immediately. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give my power away. And to go off on you is for me to give my power away. And you're not worthy of such power, because I understand the power that is within me, according to Luke 17:21. The kingdom of heaven is within me. Why would I purposely give you my power? You don't understand. Okay? When you are in a space where you ignore what it is that you feel and you repress your emotions, these unresolved emotions such as like fear, resentment, self-doubt, they weaken your magnetic field. Okay? And we talked about the importance of your magnetic field earlier when it comes down to magnetism. Fear, okay? And I want you to pay attention to this. Fear, resentment, and self-doubt weaken your magnetic field. They block you from being able to attract the things that you want. If you are sitting in a vibrational state of fear, you can only attract people that you want. If you are sitting in a vibrational state of fear, you can only attract people who will trigger those fears. Okay? You can only attract people who are in the space of triggering that anxious attachment style, that triggered that fear, because you reside on that frequency of fear. So that's all you can attract. You don't have the bandwidth and the strength to attract from the vibrational state of love. It's too high up. You too low. Okay? So those emotions, fear, doubt, resentment, they block your energetic field. They weaken it. They weaken your ability to access the things that you really desire and the things that you really want. If you are still walking around carrying the fear of failure or the fear of rejection, it's like it creates invisible blocks that block your energy. It blocks you from getting the things that you actually desire. Your past wounds you bringing into new relationships, which is sabotaging the potential of that relationship. A lot of y'all be in therapy but don't be healing, and that's the crazy part to me. That's the insane part to me. The fact that y'all will sit years and years and years and years and years and years and years in therapy and still not be healing. A lot of y'all are paying for friendships. A lot of y'all are not really investing in people who are helping you process and actually putting you in position to discharge you. Y'all are playing a lot of this. Y'all are playing. And it's quite ridiculous. It truly is. You are going into these spaces too. And another thing is too, you should not be leaving every single scenario needing to heal. Every time you deal with a man, girl, I need to heal again. The heart was not meant. See, this is why, again, and I talked about this yesterday. This is why I don't do the boyfriend girlfriend thing. And we talked about this. Your heart is not designed for you to be in relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship, taking heartache after heartache after heartache after heartache because of your piss poor decision making and your inability to discern properly. That's not built for that. Your heart is to be protected above everything else. It's supposed to be guard your heart above everything else because from it flows life. There is such a thing called broken heart syndrome. You could die. See, society positions you because they don't value you once they've used you up. They set you up for death. So they would tell you, yes, be in these toxic relationships. Keep doing this. Keep being a slow poison to yourself. Not letting you know that eventually your body is going to pick up that sickness and is going to reveal itself as an illness. And then you're going to find yourself in a space to where you sick, baby. You done worried yourself sick. These are the things that you really have to start thinking about. It also impacts your life when you sit on these frequencies of resentment, fear, and self-doubt. You avoid certain risk and task because you have a fear of, well, let me say this, your fear is stronger than your trust. Your fear is stronger than your faith. The reason why you won't walk away from that 9 to 5 that you know you may be making money from, but you know you're supposed to be doing something else, is because your fear outweighs your faith. A lot of y'all are not believers for real. You're not. You're believers when it's convenient. You're faithful when it's convenient to your agenda. You're not faithful when it counts. See, it's when you at the bottom. It's when you're broken. It's when you toe up. It's when you have to make some real decisions and you have to actually move and shake some things. And that is when you really have to have faith. But see, that is when a lot of y'all panic. I remember being at this wedding, and I'm going to try not to get emotional when I say this, of somebody that I truly loved and cared about that was no longer here. And at that wedding, as soon as like because I was in the wedding, that we went around the processional. The bride's father fell out, right? Completely fell out. And our friends, and I saw my friend, I saw the panic in her face because I know her daddy is her world. And at first I tried to touch her. She said, let me go, and I let her go. And all of our friends are nurses, right? So many of them, so they all like hopped over there, and people started panicking. They started screaming. They started doing something. And there were two voices. They got really loud over all the Jesus, over all the yelling, and it was the sisters of that dad. And what they were doing was praying. And my mother was at that wedding, and my friends were helping him. And they touched him, and they said that he was cold and clammy. And if you're a nurse, you know what that means. He was not in that body. My mother touched him because my mother was close, and my mother started praying as well. And my mother can, baby, I seen that lady pray rain away, okay? Y'all be talking about me got wisdom. No, ma'am. It is definitely my mother. and they touched him. He was cold and clammy. But the two voices of those women, they started wailing in prayer. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And you could feel, and he started to come to. And when he started to come to, he was talking as if he was bouncing between rails, like he was talking to the Most High, and he was talking to the people around him. And they were fanning him, and he was coming to, right? In the times of scenarios like that, people panic. But I solely believe it was the prayers of those women. Because baby, our friends that were the nurses, they was on him. Do you understand what I'm telling? They was on him. And it was the prayers of those women that tore that house up. Everybody was panicking, even myself at the time. My friend, like we always just like, oh my God. And the first thing that they started to do, just pray. Those were, and they were his twin sisters. And they prayed that man up. Do you hear me? And when they took him to the hospital, they said he was fine and everything was good and all of these things. But my point of telling that story to you is for you to understand the power of not panicking, the power of really being a real life believer. Because a lot of us will say that we are this and we are that, but when it's time to be in position, a lot of us panic. And you have to understand that your faith has to be stronger than whatever it is you feel like you're afraid of if you want to activate some real things in your life. Okay. And so you have to get real clarity that you can't avoid this whole, oh, I don't want to take risks. I don't want to do that. You need to step into the fullness of what it is that you need to be doing, and you need to be completely faithful. That is what it took for me to leave my job at 35 and to start my company and build it up to 6 figures plus. I couldn't listen to the people around me. Nobody had done what I had done before. Nobody had embarked on this journey. But I clearly heard the voice of the one that created me, and I decided to obey. I was scared as hell. I didn't know what I was going to do. I did not have money like that. I had cashed in my 401k, but I slick had kind of blew it. I didn't know how this was really going to pan out. But what I knew was that the Most High was not going to let me drop if I was in full submission. And I got in full submission, and I ain't dropped yet. Okay. And so it's very important that you learn how to operate from a space of pure faith and understand also that faith without works is dead. So you have to act out that thing. Okay. And sometimes that means acting it out before you actually see it activated. And that's very important and very clear. So you have to clear out these emotional blocks and the chaos that you're feeling, the fear, the self-doubt, the resentment. You have to get rid of those things because they're going to block you from getting to your next level. They're going to serve as mental and spiritual and emotional blocks, and you just don't want that. Okay. The real life impact of you not being in alignment with your magnetism and you not really understanding magnetism, you start to feel stuck. You feel overworked. You feel like you're living on autopilot. The opportunities may pass you by, and because you're not in energetic alignment to be able to receive them. In relationships, you attract people who mirror your unresolved energy, like your emotions, and like emotionally unavailable partners or partners who are emotionally ungrounded. In relationships, you will overgive, you will overcompensate so that you can feel love and feel validated, which is going to ultimately lead to your imbalance internally and then hormonally. And that's how a lot of us have womb issues, that we don't understand those connections to those things. That's very important. Thank you for being open. Y'all know I be getting emotional every once in a while, so I got myself together. But this is how you can, with all of that I've told you, understanding magnetism and setting the tone for it, how it impacts your life, all these things, you can shift and realign with your magnetism. You can do that. You can reset your energy. You can take inspired action. You can clear your emotional field, energetic field. You can trust the process. And I've had clients to be able to do so. I've done this process with a client who went from charging $250 to getting $14K in less than 3 weeks. I've done this with clients who have been high level project managers who were struggling and from with failed engagements and not making a lot of money, not making the money that they could be making at their jobs, to stepping into the full energy of attracting men who are of caliber, stepping to the energy of activating your leadership to where people start paying you 5-figure bonuses every year. These are results that my clients end up getting because of the shift of their magnetism. So if you are in a space, and I talked about it a little bit yesterday, okay? I am opening up, I am reopening up my program that I have rebranded. It was formerly Leading with Lipstick. It is now called the Magnetic Muse. The Magnetic Muse will be taking and enrolling new clients starting January 15th, okay? If you want to be in a space of the Magnetic Muse and you want more information on the Magnetic Muse, then make sure you DM me the word magnetic. Let me tell you who the Magnetic Muse is for before you DM me. The Magnetic Muse is for women who feel stuck, overwhelmed, and burnt out from overworking. These women have achieved a level of success, but they're just exhausted. Okay. The Magnetic Muse is for women who desire alignment, clarity in their life, their business, and their career. Okay. The Magnetic Muse is for women who are ready to embody their feminine magnetism and lead with grace. The Magnetic Muse is for women who want to create consistent, sustainable income and success. Okay. If that is you, then I strongly recommend that you take a long look in interest in the Magnetic Muse program. There is a 3-month option and there is a 6-month option. I do have one person who is already coming into the program. Let me let you know that this program is a 4-figure investment. There are payment plans and different things available for this. And once you DM me the word magnetic, I will ask you for your email address and I will send you a proposal. You can pay a deposit to start and hold your spot because we're going to start January the 15th and it's going to be absolutely, absolutely, absolutely amazing. Okay. So that's the first thing. If you're interested in that, make sure that you DM me the word magnetic and your email address. The second thing that's very important that I need you to understand, I told you guys I was supposed to have a masterclass today, but I had an issue with the creator of the PowerPoints. So I have to postpone that to next Wednesday. So if you want a ticket to the masterclass, you can click the link in the bio. The tickets are $150. You can get a recliner, Affirm, and Afterpay. You do get access for the rest of the month in my private community where we have the information that I don't speak about on this live. It is absolutely on these platforms. It's the cheat code that a lot of my clients are getting to achieve spiritual sovereignty, energetic sovereignty, and mental solidarity. So they're operating from a space of their authentic feminine energy. They're positioning themselves so they do not get played. They don't give permission to things and they don't participate in experiences that don't align with the women they actually want to become. So if you get your ticket to the masterclass, you will get access to that community. We have all these videos that you can check out. Last week, we talked about warlocks and narcissism when it comes down to men and what that looks like and how you don't get tricked with that. This particular week, we were talking about spiritual sovereignty and being very clear and solid in that area. So you will get access to all of these videos. You get the community. We meet every Monday and we get released videos every Friday. It's an absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing community that are getting amazing, amazing results in that community. So the masterclass that we're having, that's going to be happening a week from today, is called Magnetism Reset. In that class, you're going to learn how to use your cycle to elevate your mood and capture your highs and your lows emotionally so you have emotional control. You're going to learn how to take your cycle and activate your income generating activities around the highest peaks of your cycle. And then you're also going to learn how to turn your mood, your money, and movement into a sustainable tool for wealth, for attracting wealth. My clients who have worked with me, I'm not a weight loss coach, but my clients who have worked with me, you're either going to get one or all three of these results. You're going to master your emotions. You're going to become a master of your emotions, which is one of the most powerful things a woman can do. The second thing that's going to happen is you're going to make more money because I'm good at what I do. I'm very good at what I do. Or and you're going to lose weight. The women who have come to work with me, like I said, I'm not a weight loss coach, but my clients have lost 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 60 pounds. And I've told you I've lost almost 100 pounds myself. I'm not new to this. I'm very true to it. So the work that I do, and I'm going to be talking about in this masterclass that's happening, was supposed to happen today, that's going to happen on the 18th, it's going to be extremely powerful. You can get a recliner firm and afterpay. Those are the three things that you're going to learn. So powerful, so amazing. I'm really, really excited. So, and I also have a book. So if you're in a space where you're like, I'm not really ready for the masterclass, I'm not ready for magnetism, but I know I need to do my work. I know I need to start, and I need to start now. I need you to click the link in the bio and get my book that literally breaks down the entire process of how you can retire your cape. Women, specifically Black women, y'all need to stop trying to save everybody. Nobody's coming to save you. I need you to save yourself. Okay? And if you want to know how to save yourself, click the link in the bio. The first step is for you to retire your cape. I'm walking you through the entire process that got me to where I'm standing in front of you right now and sitting. If you want to know how I did to get to where I did, and you want a cheat code and you want a shortcut, that book is the complete shortcut. I'm talking about wealth. I'm talking about retiring the cape. I'm redefining strength, where you're learning how to use your feminine essence. You're getting rid of the burnout and you're moving in a state of alignment. If that's what you want, grab the book. The paper book is $55. The Kindle book is $35. You can get either or. Okay. I'm giving you everything you need. I just learned about yes. Yes. It's so much. And my undergraduate degree is in psychology. I'm in love with psychology, which is why, like I said, I teach the science, the spirituality, the science, and the psychology of self. When you understand those elements, it's easy for you to magnetize. It's easy for you to do the things that you really desire and you want. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But you click the link in the bio to be able to get access. I have courses, I have all those things. So just click the link in the bio to figure out what is going to work best for you. For those who, like I said, who are going to be in the masterclass that we were going to have tonight, I'm going to send an email out to you guys, kind of explaining what's going on and what happened, and then giving you the information for next week. So I'm really excited about that. So get your ticket. That means we still have a few more tickets left now that I'm going to go ahead and extend it, because at first I had closed it out because I got a lot of people that's going to be in that class, and I got a lot of people that end up joining the community. It's about 20 women in the community right now. So if you want to get a replay of the masterclass next week, you want community, so you usher in the new year with the right mindset and doing what you need to do, then grab your ticket to, okay, the Magnetism Reset Masterclass. It is $150. You get the community, you get the replay of the course, you get the PDF that comes with it. It is going to be a powerful, powerful, powerful experience to set off your 2025. Okay. Any questions? Any questions before I go to salad station? Because I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna. Any questions? And congratulations to those who have already purchased. I see the purchases coming in. So yeah, and I appreciate everyone who purchases. What questions? You're welcome. The book is in my bio. It's called Retiring the Cape. Retiring the Cape. The book is in my bio. It's called Retiring the Cape. Retiring the Cape. The book is in my bio. It's called Retiring the Cape. Thank you. I'll praise to the Most High. All right, my loves, I'm not seeing any questions. And you can click the link in the bio to get immediate access. It's the first thing that pops up when you see the book name. And y'all know what I really would like? If anyone was like, what do you want for your birthday? I would like to be a best-selling author. So in order for me to be a best-selling author, I would need 13 people to buy a book in an hour. So if you feel led to purchase a book and you really want to support me in that way, that would be chef's kiss for me. If you don't personally need the book, it would really be helpful if you would get it for someone who does need it. Okay? Because we all know somebody in our life who needs to retire the cape. So I don't really come and ask for a lot of things, but that is the one thing that I do desire. I do want to be a best-selling author on Amazon. So if you feel led to invest in that journey for me, I would greatly appreciate that. Okay? Can I still ask the question? Yes. Ask the question. Ask away. And what's the question? And I'm pulling up this. If I'm looking down, I'm pulling up this computer real quick because I need to see something. Yeah, I can't wait to go eat this salad at Salad Station. I'm so hungry. I ate like a really small pear. Ask away, sunshine. And any other questions? Yeah, 2025 is going to be pretty powerful. Um, the magnetic muse, and then I have another program that's after that. That's a mentorship program, but you have to go through the magnetic muse first. Um, how do you heal from the thoughts that you have? How do you heal from the thoughts that you have as being witchcraft? Um, Change your thoughts. Decide what you're going to believe. That's really the big thing about it. Decide what you're going to believe. Witchcraft is always going to be present. It's going to be everywhere. That's not something that you necessarily can control. But one of the things that you can control is what you allow to stay in your mind. So, for example, if someone was to walk up to me and say, "Oh my God, you're so ugly. You're this and you're that. You're this and you're that." Now, maybe about 5 years ago, they probably would have really hurt my feelings. That would have really just stung. That would have really just like, "Oh my gosh," because I was 2 years into my spiritual healing journey during that time, and I still was very sensitive. If someone was to say something like that to me, I would want to laugh. I would want to laugh. First, because number one, you really thought you ate. And then the second thing is, I can't even take you serious because you don't understand your own nature. And because you don't understand your own nature to understand that we are all beautifully and wonderfully made, the perception of beauty of how you see it is based on the standard of society. And you're judging based off that standard instead of basing off what is actually like design. So I can't even hear you. So you don't know yourself. So I'm not going to accept anything you say because you're not an expert on your own life to know that we're beautifully and wonderfully made. So just like that, I choose not to come under that spell because I don't agree with that. But if I saw myself and was like, oh my gosh, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm this and I'm that, and I'm not this and I'm not that, and I'm ugly and I'm this and I'm that. If somebody said that to me, the reason why I would get offended is because a part of me comes into agreement with that. There's a part of me that agrees that I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. So me coming into agreement with that is what puts you under the spell. So when someone comes up to you and says something like, for example, I'm doing this to you and putting you under a spell, if you come into the agreement that, oh my God, this person has the power to take my power and put me under such a spell, you get crippled by that. And so you attract those very things into your experience because you've come under that spell, if that makes sense. So it's a decision to live differently, to choose differently. It's a decision to not come into agreement things. Because when you come into agreement with something, that means you enter into a covenant. That's why it says marriage is a covenant. That means you come into an agreement. So when you have this spell situation going on and you agree with it, you enter into a covenant with it. And this is why it becomes and manifests as your reality. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And reaping what you sow and getting it back in life. Um, will it ever get better after that? Well, here's the thing. I mean, even with myself, there are some things that I've done, seeds that I've sown, I'm pretty sure that I ain't ate yet. That it may turn around and it may hit me at 60, it may hit me at 70, it may hit me tomorrow. I don't know. But the key thing is that because I understand law now, I do more sowing of value than I do of sowing nothing or sowing discord or sowing things that could be damaging to my life. If you realize that you've been, sowing discord and damaging things into your life, you just need to change what you're planting. Now, that doesn't mean every once in a while you still ain't gonna get no rotten fruit. or a dead flower to pop up in your garden, because you still have to reap what you sow. But does that dead flower or does that rotten fruit really matter when the garden is continuing to flourish because you continue to drop seeds of value into it? Because you tend to drop healthy seeds of fruit into it. So what's gonna be more popular? Whatever you're throwing in there, that's what's going to be more popular. If you're throwing seeds of unhealthy things, that's what's going to populate in your experience. If you're sowing seeds of healthy things, that's what's going to be what's more popular in your experience. It's all about what you are sowing. So it's not about whether or not it gets better. Nothing gets better. You get better. And when you get better, things have no choice but to align to where you are or fall completely off. Okay. Hey, my love. That's really what it boils down to. So there's no such thing as like you either gonna get in line, like, or you ain't. That's the best way that I can basically kind of tell you. So it's not that things get better, you get better, and things come into alignment with where you are located on the scale of frequency. So if you're in the love space, then yes, love gets better. But love ain't gonna get no better when you're sitting on the vibrational state of fear. You can only attract more fear from that space. So things do get better as you get better. You see what I'm saying? But that requires you to make those hard decisions. And to be honest with you, a lot of women don't like making decisions. A lot of women are indecisive and they want people to make decisions for them so they'll have somebody to blame, because they don't like taking responsibility and accountability for their lives. But yet you still want to manifest things. And this is why I tell you, you should not be out here manifesting anything if you don't have an IRA. And an IRA means you don't understand IRA. It means you don't understand intentionality, responsibility, and accountability. If you don't understand intentionality, responsibility, and accountability, you have no business trying to manifest anything, because you're going to manifest the monstrosity of a mess of your life. Period. That's the only thing you can manifest. That's the only thing you can magnetize. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Exactly. Exactly. They do. They will stay in bad relationships for the longest. For the longest. It's really crazy. So I hope that answered your question. All right, y'all. I had to go because I got to go eat my salad. How do you get an IRA? You have to build that. You can I have if you want to if your focus is you need an IRA, you need intentionality, responsibility, and accountability, then you need to get my course, How to Align with Your Authentic Feminine Design. That's going to teach you to how to be intentional when it comes down to your soul alignment, your mental commitment, your mental fortitude, your emotion, managing your emotional energy, and putting these things in place when it comes down to you building relationships. So if that's what you desire and that's what you want, intentionality, responsibility, and accountability, you have to start those things with yourself. And you do that by aligning with your authentic feminine design, which means you understand your identity, you listen to your intuition and obey it without hesitation, and you move with intention. And you learn those things in that course. You get it with 247, you get it with Client Affirm and Afterpay. Okay? All right, y'all, I'm gonna go because I want my salad now. So I hope that y'all have an amazing day. Make sure you click the link in the bio to follow, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, because as we're going into the new year, I'm going to be doing more of YouTube, less of TikTok. So if you want me, go ahead and skedaddle over there. Okay. So I hope that y'all have an amazing day. Let me go ahead and eat my salad. Peace, y'all.